Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Another edition of Perfectly Placed. We've got racing at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on Saturday, the 11th of January. We've got 9 races in store. The bar pot will start in race 2 at 12:45. The place accumulator begins in race number 3 at 13:20. Pick 6 race 4 at 13:55. The first jackpot race 5 at 14:35. Second jackpot race 6 at 3:10. And all things being equal, the last race here at HQ on Saturday afternoon will be race number 9, and that's scheduled for 16:55. Well, we're fresh off the Lomara King's Plate. We obviously now start that countdown to the World Sports Betting Cape Town Met, which happens on the 25th of January here at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. You're more than welcome to go and get those tickets. I believe they are selling like hot cakes. So you're running out of time. Start clicking away, start getting involved, and start planning those trips here to the Western Cape. It's going to be a fun day of racing. What I must remind you, while I'm on the topic of trying to jot down the diary information, go and give us a like on our social media platforms. You can head over to our Cape Racing YouTube channel. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. There's lots happening. Of course, we've got the breakfast gallops happening next week as well. All right, so now that we're through the nitty-gritty, let's dive into race number 1. It is the Hollywoodbets Kenilworth welcomes you maiden juvenile plate. It is for the fillies, and they'll line up at the 1,000 meter marker. The betting has Love Her Madly at 28-10 as your favorite. Number 2, What a Stars at 3-1. 4, Music of the Night at 7-2. Number 3, Take It As Read at 4-1. And after that, you're getting 11-2 and Better the Field. I'm very much in favor of the favorites, Love Her Madly. I'm just waiting for Love Her Madly to pop up in front of me, but the 2-year-old Bay filly, if you can, I highly recommend that you go and pull up the replay. This horse must have been a good 3 or 4 lengths behind the second last horse, and she absolutely took off late with Craig Zaki. Craig Zaki now keeps the ride, and of course that form line that's quite prominent in the first race is the one behind Wild Green, and I really do believe that she's going to tighten up quite a bit. A big thank you to Paul Reeves. We did manage to go and grab him for the Perfectly Placed interviews, which you'll find on our Cape Racing social media pages and of course on the YouTube channel. And Paul did tell me, listen, she's tightened up, she's come on leaps and bounds back at home, and they're of the opinion that she'll be very hard to beat when it comes to Saturday afternoon. Healthy respect for number 2, What a Star, who showed plenty pace in the same race and stayed on strongly to run second. And then I also think we need to make mention of number 4, Music of the Night, who seems to be getting stronger and better with racing. And boy oh boy, has Justin Snaith got his yard firing on all cylinders. But I'm going to go with number 6, Love Her Madly. Pop up that slide. You can see I'm going to go and take the 28-10, and I'm hoping to make some money to set us up for the bipod, which starts in race 2. We move along to race number 2. This is bipod time. It is the Equifeeds maiden plate. 12:45 is the off time. Let's give you the betting first. Favorites number 11, Flying Finley at 22-10. Number 5, Catch a Penny at 7-2. 9-2, number 10, Klein Karoo. 5-1, number 2, Summer Snow. And after that, you're getting 9-1 and Better the Field. So it's quite trappy. It's open. I'm not sure that this favourite is a 22-10 shot, being Flying Finley. I know doing very well back at home according to Paul Reeves, but I'm going to go with the filly here, number 5, Catch a Penny. I like the fact that she's dropped to 1,000 meters. Chad Little sticks with her for Glenn Cotson. She can be temperamental, so we need to watch her closely in the parade ring, watch her moving to the start, and more importantly, watch her behind the gates. If she's nice and settled, she's relaxed, she's in a good place, I think there's a decent price about number 5, Catch a Penny. The key with her dropping back to 5 furlongs, as I've mentioned, the 1,000 meters is going to be right up her alley. She moved up like she was going to win a good race last time out, and then found the Lucinda Woodruff train so hot, so what, too good on that occasion. I think the winner won by just under 4 lengths at the end, but 5, Catch a Penny will be given every chance to exit the maidens when it comes to race number 2. The race doesn't stop there. You can make a case for number 6, Beneath the Clouds. I know that Michelle Ricks has always thought quite a bit of her. 7, Angel Oasis, a lot better than her last start. Number 9, Wave of Glory. I'm quite surprised to see 10-1 on offer about number 9, Wave of Glory. That was a smashing run last time. Almost led them from start to finish. Rachel Veniker's now in town to ride for Shane Humby. And then 10, Klein Karoo. Well, good debut performance. Looks the type that may be looking for further in time, but there was a solid debut in running third over 1,000 meters. And then finally the favorite, number 11, Flying Finley, must have a squeak as well. So it's tricky. It's really tricky. What are we going to do in race number 2? Well, I've suggested a bar pot. I'm going 5, 9, and 10 in leg 1. By 5 and 8, by 1, 3, and 11, by 3, 4, 8, and 12, by 1, 2, 3, and 7, and we're going to bank a 4 in the last leg. First leg of the place accumulator, race number 3. It's the Hobday Equestrian Enterprises B Stakes. It's a fillies and mares event over 1,200 meters. Let's have a look at the market. Miss World number 8 is your 2-to-1 favorite. Number 3, My Sensation at 4-to-1. Number 2, Japanese Rose at 9-to-2 with number 5, Kyalami Girl, and it's 5-to-1 and better those. It's not a big field, but there's lots of quality. Let's start with number 3, My Sensation. JP van der Merwe gets the ride for Lucinda Woodruff. She's a lot better than what you've seen on paper in her last 2 starts. They've almost hit the reset button with My Sensation. I like the fact that she's back sprinting, and we know that she can turn it on very nicely. So big respect for number 3. 5, Kyalami Girl. Well, yes, she's got a big weight to shoulder, but she quickened up in devastating fashion last time out. Aldo Dume has been booked to ride for Candice Bass-Robinson. If we go back to the early parts of her career, they always thought highly of Kyalami Girl, and with a similar performance of her last start on Saturday, she'll be bang there amongst things as well. And then I do want to mention number 8, Miss World. That last run behind Asia Pambili, that was in the Southern Cross Stakes, the Grade 3, was a cracking run. Second in the race was Candy Town. So Asia Pambili and Candy Town won super races on Lormara King's Plate Day. So just the form lines alone tell us that Miss World is a big must when it comes to race number 3. And Greg Enyon did give us the confidence for those perfectly placed interviews. All right, so what we're going to do, how we're going to make money when it comes to the third, that's firstly the start of the PA, but I'm going to go and take the swingers, hoping that it pays a few rand on the tote. The swinger will be 5, Kyalami Girl, and number 8, Miss World. Let's move along. Let's go to race number 4. It's the pick 6. 13:55 is the off time. The Rites Kroll Stud D Stakes over 1,800 meters. The market tells us that number 3, Mela Strength, is the favorite at 28-10, with number 11, My Only Weakness, at 28-10. 1, Summer Night City at 7-2. Number 2, To the Moon and Back, at 5-1, and it's 11-2 and better. Well, we know when it comes to the Class D Stakes, we need to play wide. I like number 1, Summer Night City. There was a very good run last time over 1,800 meters. A good draw. Craig Zaki knows her well. Eric Sands got his yard in good form as well. She's racing off a very competitive rating as number 1, Summer Night City. And I really am of the opinion that she'll go very close to winning on Saturday afternoon. 2, To the Moon and Back. I liked originally until I saw the weight, 64. That's a massive weight for number 2, To the Moon and Back. You probably get into the back end of quartets. 3, Mela Strength. Well, this horse moved up like he was going to win the race last time out. Richard Fourie now gets the ride for Peter Wrench. It was a driving finish. If memory serves me correct, I called the race and there were 3 horses that hit the line as one. It was a Zuri for Chad Little that got up on top to beat number 3, Mela Strength. Recent performances have been very good, and there's no doubt that this individual will be competitive as well. And then I do want to mention the filly, My Only Weakness. It was great to catch up with Adam Marcus for perfectly placed. Not drawn ideally. They'll take their medicine from that draw, switch her off, and she'll be running on strongly. So please include number 11, My Only Weakness, into the play as well. Race 4, well, how are we going to make money over here? Being a Class D Stakes at this price, each way, Summer Night City. Very decent price. Just quoting, you're getting 7-2 as it stands. Maybe closer to race time. We'll shorten up into about 28-10. But 7-2 is a nice price about number 1, Summer Night City. And that's where we're going to go and back and guide our viewers out there in the right direction, hopefully. Race number 5, the first jackpot starts now. In fact, I've tipped a jackpot. We'll come back to that in a moment. 14:35 is the off time. It's the Paul Diamant Class 4 event, and it's over 1,600 meters. What is the market telling us? The market's got number 8, Hoodia, at 5-1. Number 3, Rule of Thumb, at 11-2. 12, Bounce Back, at 11-2. Number 4, Colima's at 13-2, with number 13, Rich Folks Hoax. And after that, it's 8-1 and better the fill. Challenging. This race has got me stumped. You can make a case for so many individuals here. I thought number 2, Master of the Desert, won a good race last time out. Yes, he's stepping up in class, but he looks progressive. 3, Rule of Thumb. It was a terrific ride from JP van der Merwe. Bobbing and weaving, got the passage at the right time and quickened up in good fashion. No doubt that he'll have a good chance again from a good draw, number 3, Rule of Thumb. 4, Colima. I liked this horse last time out. He'll want the pace to be genuine up in front, and he'll get that on Saturday afternoon. He slowly dropped to a very competitive rating, number 4, Co Lima, and he'll be working at them very late in the day. So please chuck him into the play. Chad Little's been booked to ride for Glenn Kotson. And then I do want to make mention about number 12, Bounce Back. He's got an undeniable chance. I was very happy with the way he quickened up to win his maiden. And my top selection I've left for last, being Hoodia. He worked into the race like he was going to win last time out. There's not much in it between him and Rule of Thumb. If Corne Orfer can get some luck from a tricky draw, I am of the opinion 5-1 could be a reasonable price about number 8, Hoodia. But it's very challenging. You're going to have to go wide. I'm just having a look at what I've done in terms of the jackpot 1. I've gone 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 11 and 12 in the first leg, by 1, 2, 3, 7 and 13, by 2, 3, 4, 5 and 8, by 3, 4, 7 and 9. Race number 6, the second jackpot begins now, so don't get left behind. 3 is the off time. Sutendal Estate Class 4 for fillies and mares. It's over 1,600 meters. I want to call up the market. Let's see how they've been priced up. Remember, this is a pre-recorded show, so it's subject to change. Number 8, Exquisite, 9-2. Number 13, Green Isle at 5-1. 2, Enchanting Choice at 11-2. Number 3, Cam Chutkas at 11-2. 1, Family Power at 6-1. The 4, Tap Shoes at 15-2. And it's 11-1 and better those. Let's start on top. 1, Family Power. She ran on in convincing fashion last time out. Yes, she's gone up in terms of the handicapper. But 77 still looks to be a workable rating for number 1, Family Power. Grant van Niekerk knows her very well. Good draw. She'll be idling just in behind the speed, and we know that she can turn it on in a big way. So 1, Family Power must go into the play. Number 2, Enchanting Choice. Well, what you see on paper is what you're going to get from Enchanting Choice. She's versatile. She can go handy. She can drop off them. This looks to be a nice race for her to be super competitive again. 3, Cam Chutka. I wish she would be on course to see what a beautiful specimen she is. She's a nice big filly. She's been very consistent. Yes, she was convincingly beaten last time out, but you can't fault her form. She'll be right there whacking away again from a good draw with 60.5 on her back. And then after that, I want to scroll further down because 7, Garden of Eden for me is the interesting horse. I know from day dot, the yard have always thought that she's way above average. The race didn't work out for her last time out. They all came to the outside fence. She was caught in a pocket and she only really got going when the race was over. I did speak to Paul Reeves at length about number 7, Garden of Eden. They are of the opinion this is the right race for her. There should be no excuses, and they're hoping that she can bring her work back to the course on Saturday afternoon, and she'll be very hard to beat. So 7, Garden of Eden with Rachel Venica taking off the 1.5. I think that's some tremendous value. What are we going to do as the market stands now that I've seen Garden of Eden's price? Perhaps we're going to go each way. 11-1, we can't get hurt. 11-1's a decent price, and I'm of the opinion that she will start a lot closer to about 5-6-1 when they start loading. So there we go. Each way, Garden of Eden, as it stands, she's 11-1. Race number 7. Hopes and Dreams Stud Class 5 over 1,200 meters. Let's have a look at the market first. 3, Prince of Tibet at 28-10. 4-1, number 4, Rouge Arun. 5, Trey Sheiks at 4-1. 9-2, number 2, True Horizon. And it's 17-2 and better. I don't like the look of this race. We're going to need all the help in the world. Let's start with number 2, True Horizon. JP van der Merwe knows her really well. She did take quite a bit of time to get that first elusive victory, but now that she's got that confidence booster in what looks a very similar race that what she won last time, she's got to have an undeniable each-way chance. Number 3, Prince of Tibet. I've always said he's at home over these sprint trips, especially at this class. He needs to go into all bets. Number 3, Prince of Tibet. Richard Fourie gets the ride for Pitt Stain. 4, Rouge Arun is the horse that I'm eventually going to side with. Still racing off a very competitive rating. Won a good gutsy race last time out. In this class, he'll be right on top of them. So that's probably where my winner's going to come from. Number 4, Rouge Arun. And then 5, Trey Sheik. Well, she's very interesting. I know she needs a particular ride. She needs things to go away. Hopefully she doesn't take a hold in her races. But she's dropped back in trip, and I really believe that she could be some sort of value as well. You're going to have to go wide in the exotics. Doesn't matter how long I keep waxing lyrical about a few of these horses. The ultimate goal at the end of the day, if you're taking a pick 6, if you're taking a jackpot, you're going to have to go with a good few horses. I've looked at the betting now, and I've run through what I like. And at 4-1, we're going to go with Rouge Arun. Pop that slide up. Let's go and back this horse at 4-1. He's still in a very competitive rating. He's in the right race to go bang, bang. Let's go to race number 8. It's the penultimate on the Saturday afternoon. The off time being 16:20. The Claverflay Stud Class 3 over 1,200 meters. There's a good few again that have got chances. I can only think that these exotics are going to pay a rocket when it's all done. The betting's got number 9 Arctic Wizard at 17-10, number 7 Riverstone at 22-10, 4 War Chariot at 9-2, number 3 Talk to the Master, the class package at 5-1, and it's 14-1 and better. So we'll start from the top. Let's talk about number 3, Talk to the Master. This will probably be on the short side for him. He's been rested and gelded. He's a very smart individual. Vaughan Marshall did confirm with me that he's doing very well back at home. He's taken the gelding well enough, but they're just hoping to see him running on. He'll be looking for 1,600 meters in time. 4 War Chariots. This is a big runner. Rachel Venica takes off the 1.5 kilograms. You've got to sit, wait, count to 10, and then try and look for the white in the judge's eye and then pull the trigger with number 4 War Chariot. He's got an undeniable chance. He's in the right race, good form, no weight on the back. He'll be low flying late. 7 Riverstone. Good to see that this individual's bounced back to form. We talk about yards being in cracking form, that of Gareth van Sale. They had a lovely double on Lormara King's Plate Day. Riverstone, speedy individual. Richard Fourie knows him very well. He'll be on speed, and I'm sure he'll be there for a long way. And then 9 Arctic Wizard. He's smart. He's progressive, this 3-year-old colt. He won as he liked last time. He was never really under any pressure. Grant Fanique gave him a bit more rain going through the 400, and he quickly put 3 or 4 lengths between himself and the field. So 9 Arctic Wizard for me does look to be the horse that they all need to beat, and I'm going to go with him in a big way. I'm going to go with number 9 Arctic Wizard. 17-10 looks to be a good price. Race number 9, the Get Out Stakes, as I like to call it. The 9th race is the Interbet Class 4, off at 16:55. 1,200 meters is the trip. Number 6, Kelp Forest, 28-10. 8 Meant to Be at 33-10. Number 14, Heal and Soul at 5-1. 15-2, number 7, Elsinore, and it's 10-1 and better the above. All right, I'm going to make it an absolute 2-horse race. Probably foolish of me because it is quite open. But I really like number 6, Kelp Forest. I see there has been some support already for him. Grant Fanique knows him well. Adam Marcus did confirm that he's doing exceptionally well back at home. I know he was scratched. I think he was meant to run on Lormara King's Plate Day a week ago, but he's flying. He's doing very well. They dropped him back in trip. They put the blinkers on, and he quickened up in devastating fashion. So 6 Kelp Forest for me, undeniable chance, and the fact that there's been some money around already means that he is fancy to go and win again. 8 Meant to Be, well, he's got some decent form lines. Michelle Ricks did say, listen, he's got some ability. There's something there with him. Richard Fourie gets the ride. He's back from a small break of 105 days. He ran a very good third behind War Chariot in his last start. Now, we'll see how War Chariot goes a bit earlier on in the afternoon, but he probably won't need the run, according to the yard Meant to Be. They're hoping that he can pull this off. He's a nice horse. He's progressive. He's been sparingly raced, and he should be right on top of them when it matters most. So I'm just going to make it a 2-horse race, but now that I've looked at the betting, this is the first time I've looked at the betting, I think a decent price, 28-10 Kelp Forest, in hope that he can produce his last performance. Bring that last performance to the races on Saturday, Kelp Forest, and he'll be very hard to beat in the lucky last. All right, so that's it from my side. Thank you very much. I feel a little bit ring rusty. Haven't done this for a while, but we start that countdown into the Cape Town Met, the World Sports Betting Cape Town Met, which happens on the 25th of January. There's lots happening on our social medias. Please don't go anywhere. I'll chat to you on the other side. I'll be calling on Saturday, and we've got a wonderful presenting team. Until then, bye-bye.